Hola, mi gente, and welcome back to another episode of Sazon
Have you missed
Talk.
us? Have you been wondering what we've been doing? We're working hard.
We're adulting.
But as always, I'm Janelle,
And I am Amanda.
and we are at Drums Please, episode 25.
25, 25.
We made it this far. How do you feel? What's new? What's different?
A lot of things. It's been such a long time. I don't even remember the last few things that I've said, that you've said. But I know a lot of things has happened.
I barely remember what happened last week, so let alone what happened some times ago.
Right.
The last time we recorded. But we are here. We want to thank everyone that has listened, that has commented, and has been a part of the first 25 of Sazon Talk. I think it's been one hell of a ride.
For sure.
What's one of your favorite episodes so far?
I have to kind of think the ones that I've done with you since I do sessions. But I have to say, I think the one about like how we spoke about like big girls.
Ah, that was a game changer. A lot of people
Yeah.
were like, did it's funny. I think definitely the first like 10 episodes, people were listening and they were like, oh my God, I never saw this side of you guys. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't know this about you. Or I didn't, like, I forgot what it was, the girls. Whenever I say the girls, I'm talking about my best friends, Joy and
Brittany.
Brittany. So if I say them, that's what I mean. And then they'll be like, I didn't know that, or I don't remember that. And I'm just like, oh, you guys were there. Like, it's just been so
Right.
long. So don't worry about it. But, yeah, no, the big girl episode, just because it's a day to day thing. It's a, then you know how they criticize Lizzo for being naked. It's like let her live her life. Let her be naked.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to, cause like the other day I saw something that popped up on my like stories on my phone though,
Mhm.
and it was about like stretch marks are beautiful and type of things, and I was just like, it kind of reminded myself that you're beautiful no matter what, because sometimes you
Yeah.
feel a little down sometimes, and the scale goes up and you're just like, what the freak. And so but I saw that and I posted it actually in our Sazon Talk Instagram, so
Which
if
you
you
guys
don't
can
follow,
follow. Make sure to follow Assets on Talk
yes, because I
for
will
all those gems.
be more frequent on it. I just been super busy and you've been super busy, but we'll be back at it.
Busy is an understatement. I am exhausted.
Yeah.
I feel like I run in my brain along with running the streets and not like that.
And I think when we were gonna record, I had gotten sick, and then
There's
it
a
was
lot of
just
yeah,
a lot of
family
love.
stuff, life stuff,
Yes.
work stuff. But we didn't forget about you guys. So we once again want to thank everyone that has been supporting and supportive of Sazon Talk, like going from the inception. And once again, shout out to Live Johnson for the logo.
Yes.
Your friend that's did the
The
t-shirts.
t-shirts. Yes.
My favorite, we'll talk about what we're gonna do this episode. We're gonna keep it fun, number 25. We're not gonna get serious. We wanna just kind of just chill and just reminisce a little bit. Um, by far my favorite episode. I'm not biased. Outside of course, my best friend, both my best friends joining,
Yes.
which was dope, especially Joy, because Joy's never done something like that. Like,
Mhm.
I think with Britt just being around us, like she gets that type of interaction, those type of conversations, whether it's like in person or on the phone or whatever the case might be. But Joy's just never had that opportunity to like kind of have that platform. So to kind of give her that, and then even her wife listened to the episode and was just like so proud of her for
Yeah.
telling her story, because their journey is not easy. Once again, shout out to Joy. They just celebrated 7 years of marriage,
Yeah, I heard.
which is pretty dope and inspiring to the lovebirds in the atmosphere. But outside of those, of course, my favorite episode was with our love doctor.
Yes.
That
The
was
intimacy coach.
yes, because I felt like it was a turning point, specifically more for you,
Mhm.
but it was a turning point where I felt like, all right, we had like kind of was like our first like official guest, and just the stuff that the gems and the knowledge that she dropped on that episode. I just thought were priceless. Like I to this day look at her anytime I see her Instagram. I'm like, oh my god, I have to hit her up and tell her I'm coming to Chicago. I forgot about that. Shoot, I may have to have a live session with her.
Like obviously we follow her.
Yeah.
So like she's been doing amazing. She's right now doing like an intimacy session but with just males. So I thought, like I saw, I see what she posts, and I think what she's doing is such amazing. It's anybody that's doing any type of those workshops and stuff like that. It's well needed.
Yeah, it's good for the health, good for the mind, good for the soul. But by far that was probably one of my faves episodes, because it just was it was more personal, and I felt like there were certain things that were communicated that I think both of us needed to hear, just in terms of the different points we were in our lives at that time when we did the interview / like double episode. So but once again, you guys can listen to all episodes on the Job of Tears Podcast Network on any streaming platform. Once again, make sure to follow us at Sazon Talk on Instagram. If you guys, once again, here's to the 25, but here's to the next 25. If you guys have any topics, ideas, people that may want to come on, let us know. Hit us up in the DMs. Not like that. Please and thank you. Because there's been... Okay, so am I the only one that gets hit on by Lyft drivers? Because it just is the past 48 hours. I'm just like, what are we doing out here in these streets? Like, last night I was on my way home, and
that's how he posts.
And I just said thank you. Like, in terms, I got in the car and I was just like, thank you for picking me up. Right. But it went from I'm buying 2 cars and shipping him to Africa. Like, I got the man to do his organizer for the next 2 days, and I didn't ask for that.
Yeah, I had a Uber driver try to take me to Africa and then marry me in Africa, and I was just like, thanks for taking me safely home, like where I was going, but that's gonna be a strong no.
Like, it's crazy. And then he was just like, then the guy last night was like, I'm so glad, I'm glad I get to be home by myself. My wife's in Africa. I was like, what is wrong with you people? And then this morning, I was heading to work, and I don't know. The picture I have on my Lyft account is it's not old, because I'm not catfishing niggas out here. That's just rude. But it's when I had straight hair. So but it was like a wintertime picture, clearly, and that's what the Lyft driver said. I forgot. But I had like my little my shawl, like my kind of like pea coat in a sense.
Okay.
Coat, like my brown little thing that I wear during the fall winter time. He was just like, you're so beautiful. Like, you must be beautiful. You're beautiful inside and out. Like, oh my God. He's like, your boyfriend is lucky. And I was just like, I'm going to tell him that. He's lucky. Let him know. He was like, well, don't tell him my name. I said, no, I'm not gonna snitch. Like, that's rude. But that's just something. I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's weird. It's beyond me.
It is. I had one guy that, as I was getting out, he was like, have a wonderful day, you gorgeous as queen. And I was just like, oh, thank you. And then he decides to hit on me when I'm leaving. And I'm just like, bro, like, I got to go.
I'll trump you a story. So one night, what did I do? I took the little bit of the long way home, but I went that way because I wanted to go to the smoke shop for Mikey. Mm-hmm. And I was on Myrtle Wyckoff, and at the time I had got off the train, so I'm Myrtle Wyckoff, and I was like, I'm not getting back on the train. I'm just gonna hop in like $6 Uber and go home. So, but I waited forever, but I was kind of waiting by the bus stop, and at that time I was like, if the bus comes, then I'm fucked, because I could have just hopped on the bus.
Right.
But I didn't worry about it. So finally, the driver got to me, and as I'm opening the door, there was a Spanish guy that came out of nowhere. It was like he was fucking Batman. It was ridiculous. Came out of nowhere and was just like, you're so beautiful, and I just had to tell you that. And I was just like, thanks. As I literally, the door is open to the car. Like, I'm getting in the lift, and I'm like, thanks, I guess. And then he's like, oh, if you don't mind, I can have your number. And I was just like, I'm not single, so I'm so sorry. But,
right.
Have a good day. But it was just like, if my ass was single, that wouldn't have happened. So what the fuck? Like, I was so like,
And it's so crazy because I actually like had a aggressive guy
oh,
hit on me. So I was on a train coming
but was
from
it
work.
aggressive, like good or aggressive?
No, like in a bad
just,
way.
oh my god.
Yeah, like some guy had to come to like protect me. Type
What?
of thing. Yeah.
He got so okay. Now I'm listening.
Yeah. So like I was on a train. I think I was coming home from work, and I work in the Bronx, obviously. And so like this guy kept kind of like throwing me kisses, and I was just like I ignore people, and I don't mean it on purpose. It's just that.
Oh, I do.
I mean, yes, I do mean it on
I
purpose, but a
do.
lot of times too,
No
like I'm
shade.
also exhausted. I don't got time to deal with people, and like my life is just too busy to be dealing with people too. So I was ignoring him, and I usually have like one ear pod in and not the other.
Oh, okay.
So at that point, I put both in.
Like,
So he's like, he goes out, he leaves the train, comes around, and like comes towards me in my ear. I'm so in love with you. And I was like, boy, if you don't get out of my face.
whoa.
And then like he grabs my
got
hands, and I
issues.
was like, what the fuck is going on? And he's grabbing my hands, and I'm just like, you don't let go of me. And this guy came, but it was like, it was crazy. Because now you hear like a lot of things that's happening on the trains and
not
shit.
even that, just on the block.
Yeah.
There was a story. I don't say not too long ago, but a while ago. Of a group of girls in Miami, and you know, if you've ever been to Miami, you've been on Ocean or on Collins. You know, there's a lot of, especially like on the Ocean, there's a lot of like the bars and the restaurants that just have outdoor seating. Like you can sit outside and eat and stuff like that. So they were sitting outside as a group of girls, and this guy, you know, wanted to holler at one of the girls, and she just totally like ignored him and like didn't want any parts. And like my man went back to his car and got a gun and started shooting.
Wow.
Like stuff like, and I feel like a lot of, especially guys, they don't understand like the pressure sometimes and like of rejection.
Right.
Like, granted, I don't like telling people. I have a hard time telling no, so that's just off rip. But
Yeah.
just that fear of like it'll be that one time that I turn around and I say no instead of ignoring, something happens, and
Right.
you're just like, like it's a weird thing to go through, and I feel like only women go through that. That's I don't think any guy, and if there are, please make sure to please comment below of any guys that have had any type of altercation with women because they said no or they rejected them, because I would be intrigued to hear their story, because
Yeah.
I don't think that
Because
happens.
it's crazy. Like I remember this was I think I was with my ex-husband at that time, and I was walking home in East Harlem, and it was raining. I was holding my umbrella, and I was on the phone, and this guy kept trying to holler at me, and I'm on the phone, I'm ignoring you, and it's raining. And he grabs my hand and grabs my umbrella. He's like, I'm fucking talking to you.
Oh.
And I was just like,
that type of aggression don't get you nowhere.
Yeah, like, don't be mad if I'm ignoring you or something. Like, if you're mad because of it, like, just let it go, bro. Like, I wasn't the one, obviously.
Clearly I'm not it.
Right.
So you may want to
and
find
like just grabbing me or cursing at me ain't gonna go get you anywhere. That's how people fall into problems.
Yeah, it's a wicked time, but you know, we're here, we're alive, we're at episode 25 of Sazon Talk. So let's get into this game real quick. We want to keep it fun, but yet still an episode you guys can get to know us, we can get to know each other. So when I used to have my infamous game nights at my house,
good times
at Fight Club, as what they call it. Like one time, and we probably always said no after that one time. But one time we played like Never Have I Ever. and if you don't know how that game works, but basically you go around a circle of friends or people that are around.
I do not highly recommend that game.
And no, the game is, you listen, if you do it with a group of people
with the right people, because
that you don't that you kind of know but you don't know, it works. It's cool. But when it becomes dangerous is when you start going personal. You start going,
You get personal.
never have I
The drink
ever.
starts getting to you.
Yeah.
Or the highness gets to you.
And
then it
no
goes
more
left.
fun.
Yes.
It's no more fun. Then you have to cancel everything. So we haven't played the game probably since the last.
I was laughing because Britt is thinking about doing something for the holidays.
Yes, we
And
spoke
so
about that actually earlier.
She was talking to me about games. She's like, maybe. I was like, don't say it.
It depends on the people. Like, I think, especially. Wait, did we play that last? Did we play that Thanksgiving?
No, we didn't. We played card games for Thanksgiving.
But I feel like there was a game we played.
You were high.
Very similar. Yeah. What did we have? Did we bring the brownies or the cookies? It was one or the other.
Yeah, all had cookies. And
Yeah.
I was just like, after the nerds, I was like, no gracias.
Yeah. Our nerds aren't my faves anymore. Like, actually, my homeboy, he has like the square nerd gummies things. They're actually good. But like the ropes, I don't like. I don't feel like they hit. But that's
definitely hit me.
It's a different story for a different day. But no, I feel like
we should give high stories.
What game? Oh, maybe. I don't have that many of them.
I have my rocking boat.
I don't have that many of them though. Trying to think, the last time was like. First of all, Brittany will claim that I got her too high, but that wasn't the case. Like, and she sleep when it hit, and I feel like that I did apologize for that because that actually is a worse high than being up in high. Like, being sleep in high. That's the one though. Like, But anyway,
I sleep really good when I have like edibles.
Yeah, or even just smoking. Like we tend to do it towards the end of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the other night, we had me and Mikey had just took a walk around the block, just mad random, but we had smoke and we sat and we talked or whatever, and then we walked back. And for some reason, so listen, I'm giving y'all the secret right now. He's not gonna kill me, but he knows what's up. You ever had Toll House cookies?
Is that the green bag?
No, it's a yellow. It comes in like a square. It's either a yellow rectangular.
But no.
But it's Toll House cookies.
Okay.
Then a yellow. Well, it has a house on the brand on the thing and stuff. But you know how, and I don't know, it's weird. You know how some people say you have an Arizona can, an Arizona bottle, and an Arizona like gallon, and everything tastes different.
Yeah,
it's the same with the fucking cookies. So we had at first the minis or the rip aparts that it comes in the square, comes in like a rectangle, and it's like rows, and then you just break them apart and then you put them on the pan and then they bake.
Okay.
Those are trash. Like, we hate those. But if we get the tube ones where he has to cut the dough and then put it on the pan, those are the best fucking cookies in America. Like, I kid you not, it is A1. So when we walked around the block and we got back to the house, I looked at him like, nigga, if you don't bake these fucking cookies, we gonna have a problem. Like, I gave him that look like cookie time now, like as a child.
Still waiting for my birthday cake.
Listen, let him. You heard that? You hear it first. Let him know. Cause it is funny because his birthday's next week.
I know.
But no, like I've never. It's so brand new because I've never had someone that bakes. And that nigga loves to bake. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it is. It's
I
a
think
nice
it was a
balance.
chocolate cake that you posted the other day. I was like, oh, chocolate cake. It was like chocolate frosting or something.
Okay, so we went from, because typically I'll get the square pans and he'll, bake the cake in the pans. But I forgot what we were watching or what we were talking about. But he was like, yo, it's been a minute since I did round cakes. And I was like, really? So I purposely bought round pans
so that he
can make the round cake. And baby, that yellow cake with that chocolate frosting was to die for. So now I feel like I need to go to Michael's and get cake decorating stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of good stuff.
Because like this one loves to bake and it's hilarious. But back to the game. So as I said, we played Never Have I Ever. This is kind of a spinoff of Never Have I Ever. It's called Bad Choices. But it's basically never have I ever. So it's basically questions that we'll pick out. So, like for example, have you ever got a tattoo that you regret?
No.
Regret? Probably not regret, but probably my stars on my foot. It's the first tattoo I had, and I got it on the Ave, of course. I was like a freshman in college, but I just got shooting stars. Like there was nothing. There's no meaning behind them. I was just like, I thought I was a cool kid. I was like, I'm gonna get fucking stars on my foot. Lord, I need to I want to actually redo it or add something to it because it's ridiculous. But that's basically how the game is. It's just basically questions that we're gonna try to get through. I would say let's go since episode 25. We're gonna try to get to at least 25 questions. We may go more, but we're gonna do our best to get to 25, just in honor of the episode, so you guys get to know a little bit more about us. And if you see a question or hear a question you would love to answer, you can answer in the comments below. You can DM us the answers that you may have. Like, it's just something fun and exciting. So I'm going to give you half the deck, and I'm going to take the other half. Now, this one has, like, I thought about taking them out.
25 cards each or just 25 cards in general?
In general.
Okay.
Of the time. But, like I said, if we could get at least 25, then we're good. But, so, like, if you see this, just bypass it. Because this is really a drinking. This is like a legit drinking game.
We were supposed to have wine.
We were, but
time was not.
Listen,
in our favor today.
We'll have wine rewatching the episode. Okay.
We'll eventually have an episode when we have drinks.
Yeah, and then we'll probably be drunk. And then, this actually is dope. Would you break up with your partner if you caught them cheating?
If I caught them cheating, hell yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah, it's done.
Like in the act caught.
In the act caught.
Like, are you breaking up at that moment?
I mean, I'm gonna fuck him up, and then I'm gonna break up with him.
Oh, okay. Violence is not the answer, but
in my books, it are.
Okay. What's your question? Oh God.
Do you shave your genital area?
Yes. I do.
I didn't expect to see that card.
First of all, I thought it was worse than that.
No.
I was saying, like, is she gonna ask me about monkey balls or something? Like, I didn't know what the fuck, but I was like, she's cracking up. Would you rather have sex with one of your parents' best friends than smell like a bag of urine for a month?
Oh, Lord.
That's actually hilarious.
That's terrible.
That one.
They're both very terrible.
I mean, your parents' best friend.
I mean, I probably do to my mom because I don't talk to my mom, but whatever. Okay, next question. Would you have sex with your cousin for $50,000?
No. Is it like a distant cousin or?
It says cousin. It didn't say second cousin, distant cousin.
I had to think about that. 50 grand's too low. To even consider.
I wouldn't do it.
Because like, what if it was cousin by marriage? You're not blood.
Right. But also, like, you know how I have, like, 3 sides to the family. I have a mom, my dad, and then my siblings. Like, their family. That's not part of my bloodline. So.
Yeah. That's why I was like.
Very complicated.
It is. Yeah. Well, family's complicated.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Very.
Oh,
Lord.
Have you had anal sex in the past year?
Nope. Listen, my rules are if you trying to, because I'm not with anal sex, but you trying to have anal sex with me, you got to let me peg you first. Those are my rules.
That's just like automatic gay.
Do you prefer to be on top during sex?
Oh, that's a question. Really? I looked at you like, girl, do you? I looked at you like you had the answer, Sway, and you did it. Do I? Yes. I prefer. It's better to get your nut off than theirs first, to be honest with you. As selfish as it may sound, guys. Sorry, but I'm just saying.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of guys are just thinking about themselves. So.
Oh. For $100,000, would you? Which I read that wrong at first. Would you spit on every new person you met for a year?
Yes.
And you could just tell them it's for good luck.
I just say it's a bad habit.
That's wild. Like, because that reminds me of my big fat Greek wedding. When every time the guy would come in and he just spit on him.
Spit on
like,
them.
what the fuck? But in their culture, that's like good luck.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's actually not a bad one.
Damn.
Mm.
Have you had more than 5 one-night stands?
No, not 5.
Just because I don't want them to think I cheat, it's this create your own question. I feel like.
No. Wait, read it again.
Have you had more than 5 one-night stands?
Oh, it's not at the same time. No, but close.
Okay.
I will say probably close. I think about that. Because, for a period of time, I was just like, I'm not sleeping with somebody unless I'm with them. And then I woke the fuck up and I became an adult. And I was just like, shit happens. So, and then, of course, I'm probably more of a nigga than the average. So I'm just sitting there like, why are you still here?
Yeah, we're completely different.
Please get out. But now, I'm reformed. I left the streets alone. But I'm not against. Are you against one night stands? I'm not against them. I used to be though.
I mean, for me, it's not for me, but I'm not against them for other people. Like if I know stories that people have told me about their one night stands, I'm just like I just laugh about it because it's kind of funny. But for me, it's just
so
like
you would
I
never.
Can't do that. Mm-mm.
Why?
Because of like I think I've said this on our episode before, that sex is personal to me.
Yes.
So in order for me to sleep with a person, like I have to know who you are. I just don't sleep with randoms. So yeah, just because of what I've been through.
Which is understandable. I just think in terms of like a one night stand, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's a complete stranger either.
Right.
Like it could just be that's the one time you guys have had sexual intercourse and you realize like.
But I also don't want, because I know how I am. I don't want to feel like we've had sex and now I'm like kind of connected to you.
Or like there's been times where like you can have sex with someone and you realize like you don't have that type of connection, period.
Right.
And that's an important, I think we try to, at times I feel like most people make it the end all be all, which it is not. There's other things and other values within the individual you should want when you're messing or when you're dating someone or you're with someone in a relationship. But I think just in terms of, it goes back to the whole phase. And we spoke about that on a previous episode, where I think everyone should have a whole phase. I'm still waiting for Brittany to have a whole phase, but she won't.
She's waiting for COVID to not happen anymore.
That's an excuse. I didn't find it a whole nigga during COVID. Like, unbeknownst, that was not planned at all. So that's just malarkey at that point.
Yeah.
No. No. That's stupid. Oh, have you ever wanted to be with someone but ended up in the friend zone? Good question.
I'm trying to think. Yes. Not that I remembered. Yes, I have. Me and my best friend, he's no longer in the world. He passed on. But we both generally liked each other a lot. But he was a lot older than me. And, I wasn't where he was. So he just kind of friend-zoned me. And that, really hurt my feelings.
That shit hurts.
Yeah. And then it was worse because, he got sick. And then he was kind of like, I should just ended up with you and stuff. And I was just like, motherfucker, why are you doing this to me now?
I think that's the worst. I think it's it's the worst when somebody you have, like, they check all the majority of the boxes. Let me not
Mhm.
say all. But then they're not willing to take the risk. And I think I've definitely been in that position where the person just saw me as one of their really, really good friends, and I just was like, "Are you stupid?" Like,
Mhm.
it's not go. It is not even like because I'm not cocky. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not like that. But I basically in my mind was like, "This is the best you gonna get."
Mhm.
Like, I don't understand why you don't get it.
Mhm.
But then, my mom, as much as I give her grief, to her point, she just was like, certain people are just meant to be those kind of people in your life, which is just being friends and just valuing the friendship. And I didn't, at the time, I wasn't, that shit fell on deaf ears. I was like, nah, that shit is trash. Like, but I do think that it's okay to take a risk if you're willing to take the risk,
Mhm.
but some people just aren't. So, you got to check it up
Right.
and keep it trucking.
Have you ever sold drugs to someone?
No. What kind of
It's just such a drug show.
drugs?
Like, did you sell any type of
Nah, I ain't
drug?
a pusher. That's wild. Even though I probably could be. Honestly speaking, if you've been watching Kanan, Raising Kanan on Stars, shout out to 50 Cent. Cheap plug for him. Like, his mom, Kanan's mom, sh I was just like, I would aspire to be like you, girl. Like,
Mhm.
out here running a whole business, niggas don't even try to notice that you're the king, you're the queen pin. Like, what? Like, it was inspiring, to say the least. But I don't think I could. Like, that's just a lot. Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
no. I get too paranoid. Oh,
Not
I'm
even the
good.
paranoia. It's just. But I would say though, now that it's legal in New York,
Mhm.
it's
Different.
legal in Jersey. In all honesty, and it's something. It's funny. It's something that probably within the next few years, I definitely would look to invest. I
Mhm.
absolutely would put money into that market,
Right.
like marijuana and just like the amount of stores that are gonna pop up and things like that. Like,
I heard they're making one in Hunts Point.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then you'd have Stone Pizza already
Yeah.
here in New York.
Yeah.
So
People
like
cooking with edible, like
with
with weed and
oil
stuff.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So like that type of industry, like I
Yeah.
totally would invest in. Like that's not even. But I wouldn't be like on the block hustling. Like that's not me. No, no, nope. Creole question. Have you ever sharded yourself? We go from talking about drugs to sharding, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh lordy.
I feel like from that laugh, you have. And it's okay if you have.
So embarrassing story. So for those that don't really know me like that, I have problems with my stomach. Like I just get random points where like I just get like a really bad stomach ache. So I was on a flight coming back home from El Salvador, and my stomach did the shit that it always does, where it's like we gotta use the bathroom right now. It's kind of like IBS, but it's not.
It's a red alert. No, I get
Yes.
it. I get it only because I understand because I had my gallbladder removed 2 years ago.
Yes.
So that whole processing, because we don't fucking listen in anatomy class. Like who the fuck listens to the organs and what they fucking do besides your heart and your lungs, and your reproductive system. And that's as far as I go. But the gallbladder for me, is basically it's an organ that processes fats.
Mhm.
So now that I don't have that,
Yeah.
I eat, and that's that. But continue.
Yeah, that's what my friend did it too, and she said the same thing. But yeah, so it did that thing, and so usually when I'm sitting down, I can contain it. But it was at the point where it's like we gotta go right now, and I was like, oh fuck my life. So I went to as I'm walking to the front, some guy went inside, and I was like, fuck me, because always the back is always packed with people. So I'm like patiently like praying to Jesus, like please just help me like for this one time, like please. And I'm just like I'm shaking my leg because I'm just like I can't. And I try to like sit down, and and I knew that we were gonna land soon.
That's
And
the worst.
yes, so and he was taking too long, so I knocked on the door.
I would have been banging at that fucking point. Get the fuck out. The fuck.
I was trying to be polite, and yeah.
I have a very similar story. I'll take the heat off you. I have a very similar story. We
I'm
were
sure like, my face is like all red and everything.
a little bit, but it's okay. We were it's funny because Brittany was with me. We were flying to Miami because we were going on the cruise for my 30th birthday, and it was funny because she told the flight crew like, "Oh, it's my birthday, and we're going away, and blah blah blah." They're like, "Happy birthday," and they actually had brought over mimosas. So we drinking the mimosas, we throwing them back, and we're like maybe I would say 45 minutes from landing. And so here's the thing: everyone that knows me knows I hate flying.
You don't like flying?
Absolutely worst thing in the world. And I know people that watch the show, that know me, know I travel, are always looking at me sideways like, "Bitch, how is that even possible?" But it's a control thing. I know what it is. I don't like it, but I'll get my ass on the plane. I've learned to just pick up and go. So, but I have like a ritual before I get on a plane. Is I always use the bathroom. Always use the bathroom. Whether it's I'm taking a number 1 or a number 2, I always use the bathroom before I get on the plane, because I don't want to get up and use the fucking bathroom on the plane.
Right.
No matter how far we going. If we going 5 hours, I'm gonna hold that bitch for 5 hours. But typically I'm good. Like I've only honestly this is probably one of the 2 times I've ever used the bathroom on the plane. Actually 3 times. One of the 3 times the plane hadn't even taken off yet. Like I had just used the bathroom actually when we got on. But so we drinking mimosas, got a nice buzz, 9 o'clock in the morning, about to get on this cruise. And as we are descending, my stomach was descending too.
No.
And I was just like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I have to go to the bathroom. And it's not number 1, and I gotta go. And I'm looking around, and of course, because I typically say I have to have a window seat, like, because God forbid, but if shit goes down, I need to see what's going on. That's my mentality. So I'm like, fuck, how much longer do we have before we land? Like literally, like seatbelt sign is on. They clean up. We're descending. We're flying. We're going right into Miami International Airport, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to shit on myself. Like this is going down basement, like for real. And luckily, we literally, seatbelt sign was still on. I got the fuck up and said, "Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom." And I did my business, and then we got off the plane, and then we went on a cruise. But yeah, I did this. Yo, when you gotta go, and that's the worst time to go is when you're fucking descending, because they don't want you to get up or any of that shit.
You have to be in your
like,
seat. Yeah, it's the whole like landing and shit like that.
Shit is ridiculous. If you had an STD, would you tell your partner before you had sex with them?
Yeah,
that's real.
I think that's the right thing to do.
But see, the thing is, people don't always do the right thing.
I know they don't, but
people don't always.
Have you ever had sex with someone within an hour of meeting them?
Oh. No. An hour of meeting them? Well. Now that I think about it. Because, like, if you meet somebody, you know what? I'm just going to play it safe and say yes.
Okay.
I didn't think about that, but then I was just like, when you online meet somebody, but, like, I'm shocked, in all honesty, that I have not died. Like, looking outside in, I've literally, because I like to be comfortable, I'd rather have a nigga come to my house than I go to anywhere. And outside looking in, a bitch should have probably been killed twice by now. But luckily, I haven't. I'm still alive. I'm still here. But in that instance, if that's the first time y'all meet and you smash, then that answers the question. Do you like to be spanked during sex?
Yes.
Oh, ow.
I like it a lot. In the past 30 days, have you sent or received a sext message?
A sex
A
message?
sext message.
What constitutes as a sex message,
A
though?
were you sexting, Janelle?
Yeah. Like, give me an example.
Oh my, Janelle.
Everybody's definition is different. I don't know.
Have you and Mikey sexted in the past 30 days?
Probably. Like,
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I would hope so in the past 30 days.
Actually, fuck sexing. Past 30 days, yeah, you can smash. I'd rather smash than sex. Like, sexting, that shit
I
is
mean,
trash.
but when your partner's not always there.
I see my nigga at least once a week. At least. Ooh. Have you ever made a sex tape?
Yes.
Oh,
Like a private one?
I would hope so.
Yeah, because I don't post that shit online.
You making some money, though.
My gracious. Oh. I think we got to finish.
And we're going to wrap up. We're going to probably do like 4. We're going to run through maybe.
Have you ever fantasized about someone else during sex?
That's wild. That's
People do it.
Beyond me. No, that's taking it too far. Like, for that, I might as well smash the person that I'm thinking about. The
Right.
fuck? Would you rather be with someone smart than someone gorgeous?
Yes. This could be my last one.
Okay.
As an adult, have you ever thrown up on someone?
As an adult,
Yeah.
have I ever thrown up on someone?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not on them. Does not mean I have not thrown up. But on them, no, that's just rude.
Yeah.
No. I'm classy.
What's your last one?
I want it to be a good one. Oh, in the event of a zombie apocalypse, would you sacrifice everyone here to save yourself?
Everyone here?
Here.
Like in this room?
I mean, if you say the engineer, I think that's okay.
I don't think he hears us, but I'll say no.
Oh, okay. Well, what is one thing you've learned doing 25 episodes of Sazon Talk?
That it's really hard to find topics.
Okay. Shit.
We be struggling. That's why we need your help.
Listen,
'Cause we
ladies
be
and
struggling.
gentlemen. No, like, all jokes aside. Like, and I think for me, it's just like my brain is, I feel like 90% wrestling all the time. So as I always say, I get excited to do this because it's not wrestling. It's something different. It's a different side of me. But topic wise,
It's hard as fuck.
shit is hard. So we leave you off with, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining us on these last 25 episodes of Sazon Talk.
See.
We appreciate you, but we need topics. So
Yes.
you want us to keep
And
going? Let us know.
before we end this episode, I wanted to quickly give a shout out to Your Sports Show and what they're doing for this month of, if in case you didn't know, it's breast cancer awareness, and they are doing donations to 2 different organizations. You can hit up Your Sports Show and find out information. Go and support the boobies, and yeah.
Absolutely. As I mentioned on the Job and Taste podcast last week, Job and Taste podcast will donate $100 to Your Sports in honor of their breast cancer awareness events fundraiser. There you go.
Fundraiser.
That's
yeah.
what I was looking for. Because we definitely, everybody knows we support those that support us. So I just want to make that very clear that we're doing that. So if people want to match their donation, or even, once again, $5, $10, $15. No donation is too small or too big. So
That's
just
right.
keep that in mind. And once again, we're doing it for the month of October. So once again, for more information, you can hit up any one of the beloved lovies from Your Sports with more information. If you want to know which foundations or things like that, where the money is going to, because I'm always a stickler for where my money going. You can ask them any and every question possible. But that is it for episode 25. The biggest thing I've learned about
The 25 episodes.
25 episodes in, and I'll leave off with this, is it's okay to be you.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to pull the mask behind a little bit. It's okay to let people in a little bit. It's all about growth. It's all about wanting more for yourself.
Right.
And that self-love, encouraging yourself. It's okay to be selfish. I've that's something I've learned. I'm still learning. That it's okay to put you first and the things that you like and that you love. And I think once you do that, it opens a different door to different things. So we'll leave you off with that. Catch us with the next episode 26, which is going to be about...
We don't remember.
We sure don't, because we recorded it so long ago.
Because we wanted to do 25 at the studio.
Yes, 25 was special. I wanted it to be special, but and not knowing, how long we've been going at it, we realized we were at 25 when we did that one. So.
Oh, I think it was. What does age matter?
Prefaces.
Something like that.
Along those ages, does age matter to you? But once again, look out for this episode to be up. Look out for episode 26. And episode 27 is going to be a special one. Hopefully we learn some life lessons in that one. But as always, I'm Janelle.
And I am Amanda.
And we thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode. We will see you soon.
Bye.